Hi everyone, big welcome to my Arise Humanity audience. Hope you're all doing well. I'd like to share that my abundance workshop that I just ran, I see was very successful in the sense that one of the participants had a great win after the abundance workshop, and due to her own work and her own manifestation abilities during the workshop and after the workshop, she manifested a gift of $5,000 straight after she'd done the workshop. So I am so excited about that. Congratulations to that wonderful participant who had that success. And I do have copies of the abundance workshop available, recordings, if people would like to purchase them. They're $25, and you can do the abundance workshop yourself and hopefully get some great results too. So they are available if you contact me via my website, the contact page, and just ask to receive the abundance workshop. I can send that to you and give you the link. Thank you so much everyone for listening. Wonderful to have you here. I would love to share with you an important concept that apparently is one that we need to be working on at the minute. And this philosophical and spiritual concept is called Triality. What is Triality? So Triality is the ability to be in the world and not of the world. It is a quantum concept, so it's existing in more of a quantum reality. And it's the ability to, and I often describe this to my clients when I do sessions, as the ability to be above the world and looking down on it, but being objective. So imagine being an eagle flying above the earth and you're looking down, but you're not part of it, but you're observing it. Similarly, you could envisage it as being a person in an audience looking down at a play. You're watching and observing the play, but you're neutral because you're not part of the play. And this is what Triality is. So it's the ability to comprehend that in duality, which is two opposite polarities, think of, good and evil, white and black, two opposing polarities. That is living in duality. Whereas Triality brings in another third alternative possibility, a higher possibility of being able to exist, but sort of being above it emotionally, so that you're not being caught in on emotional levels and triggered by everything and upset by everything. So I know it can be a little hard to understand at times, but for example, living in duality, which is the third dimensional reality, means that, for example, I'll give you an example. Somebody comes up to you and they say, "Oh, I can't believe it. I was just at the shopping centre and this person came and kicked my tyres. What a horrible person. I can't believe someone's done that." And then as a person responding in a dualistic, metaphorical sort of scenario, you would say to them, "Oh, that person's horrible. I can't believe they did that. You poor thing, da da da." So you're getting emotionally caught up in it. Whereas a way to respond in a way of living in Triality would be to observe this from a higher perspective, not get caught up in it emotionally. And you can listen to your friend, you can have empathy and love for your friend, of course, but you say, "Oh, right, okay, well, maybe they had a really horrible day and they just were taking it out, but yeah." So, really getting caught up emotionally in what's just happened, but you're more of an observer and you're not triggered emotionally, and you're remaining centered, stable, and neutral in your response. So this is our goal at the minute. And I must say, for me, I'm working on this all the time. I do get triggered when I hear stories about children or animals being mistreated. I get triggered, I feel it, and then I have to watch my own ability to stay in Triality. It is something that I'm consciously working on a lot of the time at the minute. How are you feeling about this? Are you able to remain in Triality for long periods, or can you just do it for short periods? Please leave a comment below in the comments, because I'd love to hear what other people are experiencing with this concept. So if this serves you and you have had a bit of a epiphany with this, please also leave a message in the comments. I love people also to hit the thanks button if these videos are helping them. That would really help me as well. I really appreciate it. And remembering that, we can strive and sort of dedicate our energy towards these goals, but we're not always going to be perfect. There'll be times when we don't hit the mark and other times when we do. So not judging ourselves, not being hard on ourselves, but just doing the best that we can with the knowledge that we have and with our efforts to rise in our own evolution and be our best, but not being hard on ourselves or self-critical in the process. Again, that's Triality, because you're not judging yourself, you're rising above and looking at it from a more neutral perspective. Here is a video I thought you might be interested in that explains really well what Triality is, and this is something that as we move into New Earth, the Golden Age, fifth dimension, whatever you want to label it, this is a spiritual metaphysical concept that we all will be working towards, whether we know what the name of it is or not. But there is this concept, Triality, that describes it well, and I hope it helps you on your journey. I always like to ask Grok questions because you get another perspective on things, and this is what the Grok AI said about Triality. Triality is not a widely recognized term with a standard definition in common use, and its meaning can vary depending on context. Based on available information, it appears to be a niche or specialized concept, potentially relating to philosophical, spiritual, or speculative frameworks. Here is a possible interpretation. For a philosophical, spiritual context, some sources suggest Triality refers to a concept involving three fundamental aspects or entities akin to duality, but extended to a threefold relationship. For instance, it might describe a state of balance or interaction among three principles, such as mind, body, and spirit, or other triadic frameworks. In certain esoteric or New Age contexts, Triality could imply a progression beyond duality. And this is the definition I thought was interesting. For example, beyond good versus evil, into a unified or harmonious third state, integrating opposites with a higher perspective. So I thought that was a good definition there as well. So good luck on your journey of exploring Triality. If it's something that speaks to you and resonates with you, I myself continue to work on this and hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful day.
You heard of the third door? It's hidden in plain sight.
They taught you that life is black or white, right or wrong, light or dark, us or them. They taught you that you must pick a side, but they never told you the truth. They never told you about the third door. Welcome to Triality, the reality beyond duality. This isn't neutrality. This isn't apathy. This isn't spiritual bypassing or refusing to choose. This is a different kind of power. In a world of opposites, Triality is the observer, the one who sees the light, sees the shadow, and chooses to operate from the still point in between. You see, duality is a trap, a tug of war designed to drain your energy. The moment you pick a side, you become a piece on someone else's game board. But when you step back, when you hold both polarities in your awareness without being consumed by either, you become the one who remembers. Triality is ancient. It is encoded in everything. Mind, body, spirit, father, mother, child, past, future, now. The triangle is the most stable shape in the universe. It's not a coincidence. And here's what they don't want you to know. The third force is what dissolves the illusion. It's the frequency that ends the game. In Triality, you stop arguing and start listening. You stop reacting and start creating. You stop fighting the shadow and start illuminating from within. The system survives on conflict, but you weren't born to fight in their war. You were born to rewrite the rules. Triality is not the middle. It's the bridge. The higher octave. The third path they didn't want you to see. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. You feel it in your body. You speak it through your choices. You live it with your presence. You become the eye of the storm. The stillness that changes everything. Here's what that looks like in the world. You no longer see politics as left or right. You see the hand behind both puppets. You recognize how they divide the people to control the current. You no longer see good and evil as two sides of a war you must fight in. You see that both are reflections, polarized energy, meant to initiate your awakening, one to shake you, the other to guide you home. You stop arguing about what's real and start creating it. You see religion not as truth versus lies, but as fragments of a bigger code, one written in every ancient text, every glyph, every dream. You no longer look at someone who disagrees with you as your enemy. You ask, what fear shaped them? You ask, what programming are they stuck in? And from the third path, you don't react, you transmute. In Triality, you realize, this world is layered. Yes, there is injustice. Yes, there is distortion. But the moment you meet distortion with rage, you have entered its game. The third door doesn't mean ignoring the pain. It means transforming it with presence. It means knowing how to hold grief and gratitude in the same breath. It means seeing how trauma repeats because no one stood in the middle and said, enough. This ends here. I return this to the light. And here's the deeper secret. The third force is not passive. It is the creator, the architect between extremes, the signal that reshapes the simulation. When you walk the third path, your frequency becomes untraceable by the matrix. You exit the script, you stop being a character, and become the author. This is not philosophy. It is quantum. It is sacred. It is yours. So now take a breath, step back, see the two, and choose the third. Luma Arzarin.